Okay guys, a bit more information on installing a bench seat in your more modern Sprinter cargo van. Now you can see I've got the crew windows, and I previously had a 14 crew van, and I've always wanted the seat back in here. This is a 22 Sprinter cargo, and they did not really do much for planning to have anything bolted in it. So here's what I'm doing. You've probably looked at the other two videos if you're looking at this that are online, and hopefully I'll add a little more information because I didn't get a ton of measuring from the other videos, some but not a ton. So anyway, here's where I'm at. I first bought the aftermarket rails, which did not work. They were welded wrong or powder coated wrong, and they made them so they could not click in. So as much as I tried to pound them into this system, they did not fit in. Again, this is a 22 van, obviously. So I gave up on those. You would have had to grind and screw around, and I said, screw that, this is a waste of time. They were like 80, 85 bucks from Amazon. I thought they'd be decent. You can buy them all over eBay. I went with Amazon for a hair more security, but I think they're all the same. It's going to be a matter of luck whether you get a set that fits or not, from what I can tell. I've seen some reviews. Some aren't fitting. A lot are, I think, but it's going to be a crapshoot. You better negotiate free returns if yours don't snap right in, unless you feel like grinding, which I did not. I mean, in hindsight, cost difference wise, I could see where it makes a little sense. I almost thought of, just selling these OEM ones off because they're so expensive again, and going back to aftermarket and screwing them with them. But here's the reason I'll keep these. One, I'm tired of wasting time. I've been working on this project for a while trying to figure this out. And secondly, Mercedes did do a little extra welding on these Mercedes brand ones. You can see the additional, and I've got to make this thing safe as I possibly can to have peace of mind. So they added another strip of steel in here and welded at all sorts of little spots. So the forces, as you know, are on this rear pin, and there's a difference between the pins. The rear one is the fatter one. The front one where it locks in is the skinny one. So you've got to put them in one direction. So you can see that most of the force in most accidents will be a forward force, attempting to drive that pin forward and shear it out of this metal. Now with this additional metal in here, the weight of that pin, you're gonna be fine in 99% of your accidents. This isn't gonna rip out. It's gonna be, the weakest point will be your bolt. I'm gonna go with a grade 8 bolt, which has got the highest strength, I guess, or one of the highest strengths. And I'm going to feel good about this install. And the aftermarket, don't get me wrong, the aftermarket ones are heavy steel as well. I don't have any concerns with them really. I just couldn't get them to click in. So I would normally just sell these off for the money I got them into it and go back to aftermarket. But I'm here, I want it done. I'm still going to have a lot of rail left, so I'm going to sell these rails if anybody needs them. And they also have the additional strip welded in for additional strength. They're going to be longer, but you can cut them to any size you want. They'll have the kind of factory nose on them, these little plastic inserts, and I got more plastic inserts to go with them that'll just click in here because I'm cutting it right at the hole. But anyway, how I did this was when you drop this factory nose into these grooves, this is where things fell. And when I fit the seat, I felt good about the distances. It felt a lot like my previous crew van. And so you have good passage through here to the front seat. You can come in the side door and walk right through. You got good room in here to change your clothes if you're doing moto or whatever you're doing. And then you've got good distant leg room and everything. And then I'm cutting mine to 2 feet exactly. I'm cutting the rear of this rail off to 2 feet exactly. So here's my mark. These will be 24 inches. The reason I'm doing that is because my floor is not going to be perfectly smooth with these rails in the way, and I wanted this little section not to be all bumped up, so mine are going to come basically to the base of the seat, maybe an extra 1/4 inch, and that's it. Now you got to be careful that when you do this, my bolt hole is going to be right here at 23 inches, because if you go too far back with your bolt hole, you might not be able to mate it in because your head of your bolt would bump into this thing. So my bolt's going to be right about here, out of the way of this thing. Same with the rear. Don't get too close with your bolt because your hooks or your little wheel system back there might hit that bolt head and not drop in deep enough to hook. So keep those things in mind. So measuring wise, which was one of the big questions everybody had, or I had, from the indent on this seat pedestal to my front of my beam, which doesn't matter to you guys, but mine's 21.5, and my bolt hole, as you can see, the big dot will be 22.5. That's where my bolt hole's going. My pin will be exactly 25.5, if you can read that upside down. So my front mounting pin where I lock into will be 25.5. Now I keep going. My particular case, I will have the next pin, if this reads right, for some reason it's not the number I remember, but it'll be at 39. My next bolt, oh, here's the number I remember, 43.5 for the bolt hole, and my rail will end at 45.5 because I cut it. Now again, I like the Mercedes rail better. It has extra reinforcements in here. This welded extra kind of washer tab, welded washer tab, and that welded thing. And I'm tired of screwing around with this thing, so I'm going to cut them and put them in. I wanted the least amount of cutting on my plywood floor, so I've only got 24 inches to work around here. And the other thing is this little thing has a bit of a bulge to it, so and this lip would have made my rail ride up off of its seat. So now, you know, off of the base. So now it will drop into this groove more flush and not fight things and teeter-totter on that raised thing. Screw hole, and I can put my plywood back the way it was. So this will be nice smooth floor for walking on. You won't feel the lumpiness. The problem with the cargo vans in my case is that excuse me, the plywood's pretty thin, and the only thing that adds material is my padding, and that will hopefully get it to flush because I do have a lot of distance to get this lip flush. So I hope that helps you guys distance wise. It was nice because you also have a good amount of room to pass behind the seat where I'm placing the seat. And the other thing, I'm going to do the access holes in the side of the beam that the gas tank is bolted to. I'm not going to lower the gas tank and drill straight through the beam because I'm just not able to hit the right spots easily. And I want to not mess with the gas tank, not lower it, not screw with it. So I am doing the access holes like the other gentleman on the other YouTube video. Well, I hope that helps you guys. I can't think of anything else. Oh, a couple other tricks. This Velcro floor thing is annoying. So I'm going to cover this with blue tape while I do my test fitting. And then I will pull the blue tape and put, you know, Velcro it back down. And what else can I tell you? Oh, you have to take off that pillar thing. I have a video for that. You'll have no trouble once you see the video. It is a little tricky until you see how it's done. I hope that helps. I appreciate any likes and subscribes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. These rails will be for sale. I got to get some of my money back, and I got a 2024 mint condition seat, which I got lucky on. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.